All right, thanks, Melissa. Warwick man will be in a New Hampshire courtroom today after being accused of killing his mother while she was in her hospital bed.
We've been tracking the story since it was first breaking last night on Eyewitness News Live at 5. The suspect arrested a short time after the shooting happened inside of New Hampshire's largest hospital.
Police were later spotted outside of his Warwick home as part of the investigation. Today, expect to learn more about this case and also a possible motive.
Eyewitness News reporter Julianne Lima is live in the newsroom with all the latest developments.
49-year-old Travis Frank is being charged with first-degree murder. He's accused of walking into his 70-year-old mother's hospital room and shooting her to death. The Pinpoint News Tracker shows us where it happened in Lebanon, New Hampshire, right here at Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center. That's about a 3-hour drive from the suspect's Warwick home. Police say the suspect, Travis Frank, arrived at the hospital around 1:15 yesterday afternoon. 10 minutes later, there were reports of shots fired on the 4th floor ICU. The hospital went into lockdown, and Frank's mother, 70-year-old Pamela Ferrier, was found dead. No one else was injured. Frank fled the scene but was arrested less than 2 hours later. Frank has 2 young sons living in Warwick, and we're told they're now staying with family. 4 years ago, the mother of those boys and her 3-year-old son were found dead in an idling car. Foul play was ruled out in that case. Police have not said what motivated Frank to murder his mother, but say that's what he set out to do.
The facts gathered to this point reveal that the purpose of Mr. Frank's visit to the hospital today was to kill his mother.
These incidents are truly tragic and unfortunate, but this is why we train for the things that we train for. This is why we put those resources into the things that we prepare for, and today was the true test.
Bureau of Labor Statistics data shows that healthcare and social assistance workers were involved in more than half of workplace violence incidents in 2014. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll introduce you to a Brown University professor who wants to change that. Good morning. Dr. Eli Adachi is a medical science professor at Brown University. He and his study are featured in a Boston Herald article today. 2 years ago, Adachi began studying violence and security at hospitals all across the U.S. His interest in the topic began after a surgeon was shot and killed at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston 2 years ago. This is video of that incident from January 2015. And here's some video of Dr. Eli Adachi. His study found in the year leading up to that fatal shooting, 14 other active shooter incidents happened in hospitals across the country. Thus began his interest in making hospitals safer and more secure. Adachi is now updating his 2-year-old report because he says no one else is keeping track. Experts say active shooter training, 24/7 police details, and badge verification hubs are all being rolled out at hospitals to prevent future violence. During yesterday's shooting, Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center successfully went into lockdown and implemented its active shooter protocol. Our affiliates in Boston spoke to patients and visitors there who heard the violence unfold yesterday.
I heard a scream and then 5 to 6 gunshots.
It came on the loudspeaker, code silver, ICU. And then they had us all go into these rooms that were locked. And then probably about 5 minutes later, they said we all had to evacuate the hospital.
And the suspect, 49-year-old Warwick resident Travis Frank, is set to be arraigned on a first-degree murder charge later today. So stay with Eyewitness News for the very latest all day long. Reporting live in the newsroom, Julianne Lima, Eyewitness News.